Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for choosing the breakout session on substrates for inkjet and hybrid printing from Avery Dennison. I'm pleased that we have been able to win Vladimir Tilupin for this important and exciting topic. He's an expert in this field and will certainly provide you with insightful information on Avery substrates. He will explain to you what needs to be taken into account and which substrates are especially suitable for hybrid printing. For technical reasons, we recorded this talk in advance.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending on the time zone. Welcome to Gallus High Performance Day breakout session number 3, where we talk about substrate selection for a hybrid digital press. Digital printing methods have different requirements for the label substrate, and therefore it is especially important to understand what those requirements are when we talk about a hybrid press. In the end, a digital hybrid printing machine has two technologies which will work jointly to produce one print job for your customer. Before I begin, I would like to spend a minute introducing myself and the company I work for. My name is Vladimir Tilupin, and I hold the position of a Global Segment Manager, Digital Printing at Avery Dennison. I believe most of our listeners know Avery Dennison, but in case you haven't heard of us, then we are the global pressure-sensitive, or it is also can be called self-adhesive, label material supplier. And we are proud to be the one who actually introduced PSL technology to the world back in 1935. My role at Avery Dennison is to make sure that we have the variety of materials, or substrates, that are compatible with digital printing technologies. What I would like to discuss with you today is, first, talk through the mechanics of interaction between printing process inks and a substrate. Second, talk specifically about paper and synthetic materials in relation to the hybrid press. And third, outline some regional differences which you may encounter while choosing the printing substrate. Let's start with the first one. What do we need to know about the interaction between inks, printing process, and the substrate? I guess we all agree on what we want to achieve. We want to have a good image quality and good ink anchorage. Or in other words, the print should look good and the ink should hold on the surface of the substrate. But there are multiple factors that vary from one printing technology to another, and if a substrate doesn't take into account those variances, then we run a risk of having poor printing results. Those factors can be print temperature, print speed, ink chemistry, ink load, ink curing system, and the type of ink transfer system. To make sure the substrate matches the printing technology, label material manufacturers treat the material by applying a top coat. Other names for it, a primer or a surface treatment. These top coats can vary depending on printing method, because the ink chemistry, type of curing system, etc. can be different. To put it simply, to achieve good print quality, you need to match the top coat with the print technology and the ink used. Now, let's look at what printing technologies a Gallus label firepress has, and what are the similarities or differences between those technologies in relation to substrate interaction. The most important here are similarities. If you want to build a hybrid press, a combination of UV Flexo and UV Inkjet seems to be a perfect one. This is because inks are similar. Those are UV curable inks that consist of monomers, oligomers, and photoinitiators. Well, obviously the chemistry is different, but conceptually those inks are from the same family. And they are designed to be fixed on the substrate with UV curing process. The main difference between those technologies is in the type of application, which is also impact the ink load. While Flexo transfers the inks through the direct contact between flexible plate and the substrate, Inkjet jets the inks through the nozzles without direct interaction with the substrate. Now, how does it impact the print performance on films? The good news, thanks for the similarities between UV Inkjets and UV Flexo inks, the majority of UV Flexo designed top coats are compatible with UV Inkjet. Of course, the top coat chemistry does impact the quality of print, and I cannot speak here on behalf of the entire industry. That is why I'm saying the majority and not all, and we need to be ready that the quality may vary. But what I can mention is that Avery Dennison proprietary TC707 top coat, which is used in Europe and some other regions of the world, works very well with those two technologies. Moreover, we observed outstanding ink durability performance when UV Inkjet DPU prints on TC707 surface treatment. That means that the label can be used for the variety of demanding applications without the need to over-laminate or the printed surface. The full list of materials compatible with Gallus label fire you can find on our website by visiting Customer Tools section, Digital Material Finder, and selecting Gallus. European customers will be positively surprised to see familiar products that they use for their Flexo press being fully compatible with UV Inkjet. What about papers? Generally speaking, coated papers designed for UV Flexo will be printable with UV Inkjet. However, we strongly recommend to use UV Inkjet dedicated top coat to achieve optimal print quality. Uncoated papers deserve special discussion. Those papers are commonly used in the markets of wine, spirits, craft beer, and premium food. If we're talking about European market, UV Flexo is a common printing technology here, and it works very well with uncoated open fiber structure. Uncoated papers will be also receptive to UV Inkjet inks, and the inks will anchor to the substrate well. However, presumably to the ink load and non-contact process, we observe higher ink spread and absorption on some of the papers. That is why we recommend using optimized papers when printed with UV Inkjet. And Avery Dennison has a range of such substrate with special coating that will improve printability but will not visibly affect the look and structure of the paper. Below you can see a few products from this family. And here you can see the comparison between optimized and non-optimized papers when printed with the UV Inkjet technology. On the right-hand side you can see coated and on the left-hand side uncoated paper. As you can see, both optimized and non-optimized for UV Inkjet paper can be printable, but it is also clear why we recommend to use optimized one. And now I would like to share a high-level summary for Avery Dennison's substrate selection in two regions, EMEA and North America. This can be useful for those who are looking for PSL material for their Gallus label fire. In Europe, a label converter can comfortably choose most of the standard BOPP and PE films. To ensure that you choose the right product, you can ask your local sales representative if this substrate was optimized with TC707 top coat. Concerning papers, we recommend using special UV Inkjet optimized substrates to achieve best print quality. In North America, we recommend using UV Inkjet optimized papers and films at most of the times, while some standard uncoated papers will work as well. The reason behind this selection lies in the regional peculiarities. The dominant conventional printing technology for PSL labels in North America is water-based Flexo. And as you remember, I mentioned earlier that the top coat should match the technology. Therefore, the majority of standard top coats in the region are designed taking into account the most common printing method, and in this case, water-based Flexo. If you have questions on material compatibility in North America, you can contact my colleague Paul Lender. If we are talking about European market, then you can use Digital Material Finder, which I showed you previously, or you can also contact myself. If you're joining us from the other regions, please contact me and I will redirect you to my colleagues across the globe. Thank you very much for your attention and enjoy the rest of the day.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are already at the end of the Gallus High Performance Day. I hope you were able to gain new insights and get familiar with the Gallus products, their uniqueness and advantages. You still have the opportunity to ask questions, and please do so. Our experts will be present on this platform for the next 30 minutes. For watching the other presentations, you will receive an email within the next 24 hours with links leading to the recordings. They will be available until May 31st. Thank you for attending the Gallus High Performance Day, and on behalf of Gallus, I wish you a wonderful day.